Hey, my little buttercups, my little string beans. I'm probably gonna. I said I was gonna do this a while back, but I enjoy vlogging because it's easy for me. I can come up with video ideas on a daily basis, on a hourly basis. I can just come up with something to ramble about for the duration of a video and feel somewhat productive thinking about whatever I'm thinking about at that given moment. But I kind of wanted to talk. I'm trying to. The goal is to eventually just, make ASMR sounds because there's so many ASMR channels. I can just like look at the titles. Okay, they're doing, ear massage and stuff like that. So then I could just make an ear massage video. I could just use whatever, the ASMR channels are doing at any given time. I can just copy what they're doing. And, instead of vlogging, I can just, they're tapping glass. Okay, I'll tap glass, like that. I can get plenty of ideas from other ASMR channels. And I think, the channel would do better than just me vlog rambling my own titles. So, just to ease the flow of, having ideas. Maybe copy what other ASMR channels are doing. But this kind of leads to what I kind of wanted to talk about in this ramble. And that's, a lot of times hobbies, maybe I should call it like a forced hobby. So say, you get into a hobby and you're influenced by other people in the hobby. They influence the way you think, the way you perceive the hobby. And the next thing you know, you care about things that you didn't normally care about so say like the audio hobby. I know exactly what I like. How I know exactly what I like? I stopped listening to other people. I stopped watching other people. I stopped hanging out with other people. And I just took the time required to find data, performance specifications, to demo audio equipment, to do all these things on my own, to come up with my own conclusions, find my own methodologies and tools to achieve what I want. And that's a very INTJ, independent, intuitive, judging, introverted way of approaching things. Some people need other people's approval. They want other people's opinions. I've been watching this one woman who talks about this. It's kind of like narcissism and toxic people in the workplace. Why would you care what other people think and have to say about a lot of things? Especially if they're toxic, if they're just doing it to get a rise out of you or something like that. And you can very easily fall into these traps, especially, in communities, and communities, I call them crab buckets. I call communities crab buckets. They slow each other down. Somebody tries to figure something out and everybody else says, no, 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 no. Listen to me instead, my little ham. Listen to me instead. Your ideas and your opinions are stupid. You have to listen to whatever the general population of the community is peddling. You have to listen to the leader. You have to listen to the community leaders. A lot of people want to be led. They want to be told what to think. That's what they live for, And if you hang out with these people, it kind of drags you into the crab bucket. People pull you in. They start making you think about things that you normally wouldn't. You would think maybe that's a good thing, but it's not. They send you on a wild goose chase, So I've learned finally to stop doing that. It's kind of like rolling in the mud with pigs. Have you ever heard that saying? Sometimes people just want you to stoop to their level and roll in the mud with pigs. They try to drag you into their crap. And they do it because they want attention, and you give it to them, So this goes really well when you come to things like hobbies, where you could argue it's subjective. if you know what you want and people disagree with you, you know, you should, focus on what you want, not what everybody else wants. Because what everybody else wants doesn't fucking matter. If you're using headphones, you're the one going to be using the headphones. It doesn't care. It's not a popularity contest. And so many people, they make their decisions based on authority figures, other people's opinions. They can't think for themselves, and they're floundering around, flip-flopping, jumping on the latest trends. And that's just no good, my little hams, my little buttercups, my little string beans. So, I've had a bad habit of, listening to people in these communities and stuff. And, again, sometimes it can be beneficial. I mean, they can give you something to think about. They can give you ideas, But at some point, you got to realize, okay, what am I actually getting out of this? Like I came to the conclusions with audio a couple of years ago. I figured it all out. That's the reason why I've been using the same equipment for a long time now. And honestly, I would have done it sooner if, I was willing to blow thousands of dollars a few years earlier. And just buy the equipment I knew I actually wanted instead of playing hot potato with a bunch of garbage that I can only tolerate for a short amount of time. My little hams, my little buttercups, my string beans. But again, the main thing is, especially with YouTube and stuff, if you subscribe and watch people, it can pull you in for years of your life. You can join these communities and they'll waste years of your life before you get bored of it, before you move on. And what's disturbing is a lot of people get invested. And they, like, oh, I've already spent this much time in these communities. I might as well spend the rest of my life in these communities. Some people, they get comfortable. They get comfortable doing this shit, My little hams, my little buttercups. So, these days I'm starting to ask myself, okay, what am I actually getting out of this? I've been preaching this for a long time. Don't hang out in communities. Think for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. Do your own research. I'm sure you've heard that before. Just stop sitting around listening to other people drip feed you, opinions that you copy, If you're just like listening to other people overcomplicating things, floundering around, maybe take a step back and just ask yourself, what the hell do you want instead of what everybody else wants, But again, some people, you got to understand, these people are out there, they're perfectly comfortable, wasting their life in some hobby. And you got to be aware of that, because they try to pull you in like a pig in mud. And like, hey, they want to waste years of your life caring about shit that you don't actually care about, Kind of reminds me of this one kid I knew growing up with. He got into Star Wars Legos and drawing Star Wars characters like the AT-AT giant walking thing. And everybody around him started collecting Legos and doing the same shit he was doing. It was just the weirdest shit, Anyway, I'll see you guys later.